All right, so new Purdue commitment, CJ Cox. CJ, hey, first off, thank you for your time. Second, just
Yep. Thank you for having me.
can you kind of tell me how things kind of came about with Purdue when they started recruiting you and all that stuff and whatnot?
Yeah. So basically I play for Middlesex Magic, which is a
Yeah.
AU program out of Boston. And after winning Under Armour in the summer, we got invited to play in Vegas
Mhm.
for a tournament, collaborating with
Yeah.
Adidas. And the last game of the tournament in Vegas, we played Indiana Elite. Um, and Coach Painter went to that game, and I performed well playing in that game. And then a couple weeks later, or a week later, he reached out to my AAU coach, and then my AAU coach gave him my number, and he reached out to me. And so basically, that's how we connected from there.
Okay. When did they offer you? Did they offer you on the visit this weekend, or did they offer you
Yes,
prior
they
to that?
did.
Okay. Did you kind of come on the visit expecting it, or did it surprise you, or how did you sort of process that?
Well, I didn't know 100% if I would get the offer, but I had a good feeling since they
Yeah.
like spent all that time like communicating with me and inviting me
Right.
over to the campus.
Right. So when Painter first reached out to you, what was it he saw in you in that game in Vegas that kind of struck his fancy for lack of a better term?
Yeah. So I think that he saw that I was able to score the ball, but also play defense. So I was a two-way player, and
Mhm.
then also being able to like create shots for my teammates and um sort of like running our offense too as well,
Yeah.
along with our other ball handler named Luca, who's committed to BC.
Right. 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 Okay. Did you know much about Purdue before all this started, or did this just kind of come out of nowhere for you?
Well, I knew like about Purdue like through like March Madness and like
Mhm.
how successful they've been in the Big Ten, but I didn't know like really like the coaching staff or anything like that. But being able to like connect with them after they reached out to me, um, you'll like know that they're like good guys.
Right. So when you were on your visit this weekend, what did Purdue, I guess, talk to you about in terms of why they really think you're such a good fit for them that they wanted to offer you?
Yeah, so I think that they thought that I'd be able to bring like an impact on the court, like offensively, being able to like run the offense and distribute the ball, but also my defensive ability and being able to guard multiple positions, 1 through 3, and just being able to be like that type of like role player, that guy.
Sure. Uh, the little video I've seen, you got like kind of a combo guard, but do you know what their plan is for you in that regard from a positional
Um,
standpoint?
I probably have to like see like once I like got to campus and we
Mhm.
started practicing, but my guess would be I would be like a facilitator on the offensive side, like being able to like run the offense, getting guys open shots, but also being able to like create my own shots as well on the offense
Right.
and
Right.
also play well on defense as well.
How big are you?
6'2".
How much you weigh?
Last time I weighed myself, I think I was like 189.
Okay. You seem like you got a little bit of physicality to you too. Is that fair
Yeah.
to say for a guard?
Yeah.
Um, you look like a good pull-up shooter. Just how big a part of that of your game is that?
I feel like that's like important. I know like a lot of people don't really see
Yeah.
the mid range as something that's like effective in like today's game because it's mostly just finishing at the hoop and knocking down 3-point shots. So I feel like working on like all three will be like definitely useful in like the college level and also the NBA level, being able to like score at all three like
Yeah.
levels on the court.
I don't want to keep asking you the same question over and over again, but what's the best thing you do as a player, you think? What's the thing that kind of sets you apart?
I think just my defense in general, because like my coaches like rely on me to like guard the best player on the other team. So like them giving me that assignment makes me like more pumped up to like play and being
Right.
able to like lock down their best player. So we have like the best chance of winning.
That's the fastest way to Matt Painter's heart, I can tell you. Did you know that about him, or did he communicate that to you?
Yeah, he did communicate that to me.
Yeah. Would seem like there might be some. positional versatility there from a defensive perspective too, with your size. Are you better matched up on the ball or off the ball,
Mostly guarding the person who's on the ball, but
okay.
if their best player is maybe like a 2 or 3, then I would guard them off the ball too.
Um, where does your upside lie? What can you get better at? What can you be in a couple of years, you think?
I think something that I could work on personally would be like my explosiveness, being able to like get off the ground quicker. And then also, I feel like my 3-point shot's good now, but just like also just improving on that, I feel like will help elevate my game to a better level.
Right, right. Have there been any players in your career that you've always admired, always tried to mold yourself after, or anything like that?
Yeah, some players that like I see myself like or like wanting to become or fans of are like Darius Garland, Tyrese Maxey. 'Cause I feel like they're like shifty, quick, also know how to run the offense. Not like big guards, like 6'2", 6'3", but just also like being able to like score effectively, distribute the ball to teammates, stuff like that.
Um, what's Boston area basketball like for you?
Yeah. So I go to school at Milton Academy,
Right.
which is in the ISL and Class A. I feel like more in like the Northeast, there are a lot of like people that are like reclassing, post grading, and like people in like the Midwest, which I noticed going on like trips and playing against like other kids in AAU. But I feel like Massachusetts and New England basketball, I feel is very underrated, and there are a lot of very talented players in this area. And yeah, I feel like New England will start to progress as one of those like areas that has like produced the best hoopers.
Sure. Sorry, I am listening to you, but I stopped off at an interstate side McDonald's here to do this, and they just dropped off French fries I didn't order. So sorry, I'm a bit distracted. Hey, just kind of tell me about what was going on for you in recruiting prior to Purdue. Had you taken other visits? Had you really kind of gotten down the road with some other people, or what was going on for you?
Yeah, so during like the summer and towards like beginning of fall, I went on visits to like I went on unofficial to UMass. I went on an official visit to UPenn, Princeton, and Elon. Um, and so like Elon, Princeton, UPenn were my top 3 before Purdue offered me. And so after Purdue offered me, and I like considered all like the factors, I decided to commit there because I felt like that was the best spot for me.
And in Princeton, you must have pretty bad grades then, huh? um, just I assume you're a really good student. Just how come you take academics so serious?
um, oh, the phrase like student athlete means that like student comes before athletics. So if you're not a good student and you're not focused on your work, then you're not going to be like successful in college. And so you need to be able to like maintain good grades in order to like play basketball in college or in high school. So just like focusing on academics is something that's very important.
How important was it to you to get a shot to play at the highest level of college basketball, which you will at Purdue?
I feel like it's pretty important. For me, I like playing against like the best competition. I feel like that makes me become a better player as well. So I feel like this opportunity of me playing at Purdue will help increase my game on another level.
Right, right. Okay. CJ, I think that's pretty much all I had for you. So you're in a dorm room, I'm in a McDonald's. I hope this wasn't too awkward. So
No, it wasn't.
all right, man. Well, hey, thanks so much for your time. We appreciate
Yeah,
it.
thank you for having me.
Yep.